Want to know how we got here? Blame Barack Obama. Let's take it back to 2009, February 2009 to be exact. America had just inaugurated its first black president, and we're still feeling the effects of the financial collapse of 2008. If you want to know more about that, there's an incredible movie called The Big Short that discusses subprime mortgage loans and a housing bubble that sent us into a recession. Obama and a little bit of Bush passed a series of laws that bailed out banks. So while small business owners are struggling and homeowners are foreclosing on home loans, Washington, D.C. thinks it's a good idea to give $780 billion to the very banks that started this problem in the first place. You know who wasn't happy that Wall Street got this bailout? Normal everyday people, yes, but also traders in Chicago. See, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange is not like traders in New York City Stock Exchange. These are people that are betting with their own money, not some loans, subprime loans, and collateral. These are people that are by the bootstrap, small business traders. They bet their own cash. No bailouts, no handouts. So for them, it felt like watching Citibank and AIG get bailed out for gambling at the casino using money coming from the food truck driver's tip jar. So on February 19, 2009, CNBC's Rick Santelli on the floor of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange goes on an infamous rant.
How about this, President and administration? Why don't you put up a website to have people vote on the internet as a referendum to see if we really want to subsidize the losers' mortgages, or would we like to at least buy cars and buy houses in foreclosure and give them to people that might have a chance to actually prosper down the road and reward people that could carry the water instead of drink the water?
It's the kind of misinformed, misdirected, rage bait, grifter rhetoric that we see every day now.
This is America. How many of you people want to pay for your neighbor's mortgage that has an extra bathroom and can't pay their bills? Raise their hand. How about we all? President Obama, are you listening? We're thinking of having a Chicago Tea Party in July. All you capitalists that want to show up to Lake Michigan, I'm going to start organizing.
What are you jumping in this time?
Guys like the Koch brothers, Ron Paul, Rand Paul, they see this stuff and they decide to host a fundraiser. They get $30 million in one night, and thus the Tea Party was born. Panel studies showed that Tea Party supporters were likely to have voted for Trump in 2016. While the Tea Party started with rhetoric about fiscal conservatism, it quickly became grounds for people to get their racist shit off. Claims of birtherism and claims of a wealth redistribution. You gotta understand the part perception plays in all of this. When you see DC giving out bailouts, it looks like they're just rewarding failure. Add in we have our first black president and propaganda from Fox News and Rush Limbaugh, Bill O'Reilly and the like, saying things like minority borrowers got special tax breaks. This was pre-MAGA, right? Preying on people's relative deprivation and status anxiety and fueling it with racial and cultural tensions. When in fact, black people foreclosed on their homes at a 5 times a rate. So MAGA is directly a backlash over the progress and perceived progress of Obama's presidency. But none of this is new. Backlash to progress isn't new. We've been here before. In fact, what we're going through right now looks very similar to something that happened in the mid-1800s.